We'll go for diffusion equation, which is very important equation. And after that, we'll go for some numerical. So we'll start with our torsional type of stresses that are induced in the spring. As we know, spring, helical spring, spread axially. Because of that helical spring axial load, there is a direct shear or torsional shear in this spring. Today we are going to see about the stresses in the spring. Okay. In the stresses in the spring is having axial force W. The spring is having axial force W, which is along the axis of the spring. Now look at this first figure. In the first figure, you will find that there is a load W. There is a load W which is acting at the axis, along the axis of the spring. We are interested in the diameter of the wire because this is the dimension which is important here, diameter of the wire. स्प्रिंग ची जी वायर आहे ज्याच्यापासून स्प्रिंग तयार केले ते डायमीटर आपल्याला डिझाइन मध्ये काढायचं असतं. सो द डायमीटर ऑफ द वायर इज अवे फ्रॉम द एक्सियल लोड. देयर इज अ डिस्टेंस, यू कैन सी देयर इज अ गैप. सो वी हैव टू सी कि कितना अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स ये एग्जैक्टली वायर पे पड़ रहा है. ओके, सो फॉर दैट विल जस्ट मॉडिफाई दैट. मॉडिफाई कैसे किया हमने, उसको एक इक्वल एंड अपोजिट फोर्स लगा दिया. इक्वल एंड अपोजिट फोर्स लगाने से क्या क्या हो गया, इट इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल थिंग. नाउ इसका जो रिजल्टेंट है, ऊपर से एक W नीचे से एक W लगा दिया, इसको मॉडिफाई कर दिया. ये ऊपर से W जो था उसने क्या क्या किया, ये जो नीचे वाला W इसेंट्रिक डिस्टेंस पे था उसको मिला के एक टॉर्क बना दिया. ठीक है, और बचे वाला W जो है यहाँ पे बच गया W. सो दैट मीन्स वी हैव शिफ्टेड. ये जो W था यहाँ पे हमने शिफ्ट कर दिया. शिफ्ट करते करते क्या हो गया, एक W डायरेक्ट आ गया और एक टॉर्क आ गया. ओके, ये जो टॉर्क है, ये टॉर्क क्या करेगा, इट विल ट्विस्ट, इट विल रोटेट द स्प्रिंग. स्प्रिंग वायर को रोटेट करेगा क्योंकि इट इज अ टॉर्क. टॉर्क होने की वजह से क्या, गोल घुमाएगा उसको. सो इट इज अ टॉर्शनल शियर स्ट्रेस. और ये जो W जो है, दैट W इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट डायरेक्ट शियर. सो हियर टोटल शियर स्ट्रेस ऑन द वायर, जो वायर जो है जो हमें डिजाइन करना है उसमें कौन सा स्ट्रेस आएगा, शियर स्ट्रेस. डायरेक्ट शियर स्ट्रेस ड्यू टू W. इसको कट करने वाला डायरेक्ट शियर स्ट्रेस एक आएगा, टॉर्शनल शियर स्ट्रेस ड्यू टू T. सो देयर आर टू टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रेसेस. हमें जो जब वायर डिजाइन करना है, ऑन दैट वायर देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रेसेस. फर्स्ट इज डायरेक्ट शियर स्ट्रेस ड्यू टू W और एक ट्विस्टिंग. सो दिस टू काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेसेस दैट वी हैव टू see here. क्लियर. सो अब ये डायरेक्ट शियर स्ट्रेस कैसा निकालना है, टॉर्शनल शियर स्ट्रेस कैसा निकालना है, दैट विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. क्लियर. नाउ stresses in the spring. Total shear stress is equal to direct shear stress due to W and torsional shear stress due to torque. So total shear stress tau is equal to tau direct plus tau torsional. Now let us first think about the direct shear stress. जो नीचे से आ रहा है W load, उसका देखेंगे. It is a direct shear stress. So direct shear stress means this, it is just like a simple rivet is going to cut by shear, or we can say that it is simply जैसे आपण एखादी भाजी चिरतो, that kind of shear. So that is direct shear. So it is equal to force divided by area. How much force is there? So that means the direct shear stress is W divided by pi by 4 d square. So it comes out 4W pi d square. Okay. So here everyone, जितने लोग ऍक्टिव्ह आहेत त्यांनी काय करायचंय, यू पुट एव्हरीथिंग ऑन द पेपर simultaneously you write everything, otherwise you cannot remember this. Okay, so direct shear stress equal to force divided by area. So area is pi by 4 d square because it is a circular wire असल्यामुळे त्याचा एरिया काय येणार आहे, पाय बाय 4 डी स्क्वेअर. हे 4 वर गेलं, 4 वर गेल्यामुळे 4 डब्ल्यू पाय डी स्क्वेअर हे डायरेक्ट शिअर स्ट्रेस आलं, जे की त्याच्या खालच्या बाजूने जो डब्ल्यू दाखवलाय आपण त्या डब्ल्यूचं. आता टॉर्शनल शिअर स्ट्रेस प्लस टॉर्शनल आहे. when we say torsional means it is going to twist. तर आपल्याला माहितीये की इन आवर सिंपल शाफ्ट चॅप्टर मध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं, टी इज इक्वल टू टाऊ पाय बाय 16 डी क्यूब हे इक्वेशन घेतलं होतं. सो हिअर ऑल्सो सेम इक्वेशन कॅन बी यूज बिकॉज इट इज अ ट्विस्टिंग ऑफ शाफ्ट असल्यामुळे इथे टॉर्शनलचं इक्वेशन घेतलं. टॉर्शनलचं इक्वेशन काय घेतलं, टाऊ टॉर्शनल इज इक्वल टू टी टॉर्क डिवाइड बाय पाय बाय 16 डी क्यूब. Here the torque is equal to force multiplied by distance. तर इथे तुम्हाला टॉर्क लिहिलेलं आहे, टॉर्क इज इक्वल टू डब्ल्यू मल्टिप्लाय बाय रेडियस. आता रेडियस किती असणार आहे, द मेन डायमीटर ऑफ द स्प्रिंग इज डी, डायमीटर डी आहे, सो रेडियस इज डी बाय 2. सो डब्ल्यू इंटू डी बाय 2 इज द force multiplied by radius, so that is torque, and pi by 16 d cube is the equation. So here this is d by 2 असल्यामुळे हे 2 आणि हे 16 8 येणार, 8 वर जाणार, so 8 w d pi d cube. So this is the equation which is the equation of our torsional shear stress due to torque. So there are two equations. आपण इथे दोन इक्वेशन सेपरेट घेतले. In this what wherever t is there, capital T is torque, w is load, d is the diameter of the spring, and small d is the diameter of spring wire. So this is the equation. Okay, now we'll think how we can add this together. Total shear stress काढण्यासाठी आपल्याला याला ऍड कसं करता येईल. Okay, let us go further. आपण पुढे पाहूया. Now the total shear stress is direct shear stress plus torsional shear stress. Here you can say T total is equal to 8WD divided by pi d cube, which is torsional, plus 4W pi d square, which is direct. Okay, so now here 8WD pi d cube plus, instead of 4W pi d square, I'll make some rearrangement. कसं करणार आहे मी, दोन्ही मल्टिप्लाय केलं, दोन्ही डिवाइड केलं, डी नी मल्टिप्लाय केलं, डी नी डिवाइड केलं, डी नी कॅपिटल डी नी मल्टिप्लाय केलं, कॅपिटल डी नी डिवाइड केलं. इट मेक्स नो डिफरन्स. तरी पण आपल्याला याला मॉडिफाय करता येईल. मॉडिफिकेशन कसं करता येईल, this 2 multiplied by 4, so it comes out 8. W, we can take d as it is, pi, we can take this d here, so remaining is 1 by 2 because 1 2 is coming here, d by 1 because 1 d I have taken here d cube, 1 by d because 1 d I have taken here. So the common thing is 8WD divided by pi d square, which is also here 8WD divided by pi d square, pi d cube. So this 8WD pi d cube is common in between this. This is common. So here, by considering 8WD divided by pi d cube as a common, the remaining is 8WD pi d cube multiplied by remaining is d divided by 2d. So this is the equation. This is equation for torsional, this is equation for direct. Just we have modified, याला थोडंसं मॉडिफाय करून घेतलं आपण. Okay, so that we can make a common term घेण्यासाठी आपण ह्याला मॉडिफाय केलं. Okay, after this let us go further. Okay, so next is, now here in this is torsional, this is direct. So I'll make 8WD divided by pi d cube common. ह्याला common घेऊन टाकून देऊ. So here it comes 1 because there is nothing, so it is 1 plus here d by 2d. If you just multiply this, it again comes same. Now here there is one term AWD divided by pi dq multiplied by Ks. Whatever inside this bracket, we say that that is one factor, spring factor. So spring factor is 1 plus d by 2d. So this is the equation. This is the equation which gives us total shear stress induced in that spring. Total shear stress induced in that spring. So you write this equation somewhere on your notebook, and this is very important equation. This equation is very important equation. Okay. So now after this, here we have considered everything is straight. आपण काय केलं, डायरेक्ट शिअर स्ट्रेस मध्ये तो स्प्रिंग वायर स्ट्रेट पकडला, त्याला इक्वेशन लावलं म्हणजे शाफ्ट इज अ स्ट्रेट मीडियम. But inside the spring, everything is curved. It is not a straight. So that's why there is a AH wall. So the AH wall gives us some corrections in the equation. So Wall's correction factor is asked for 4 marks. In the Wall's correction factor, AH walls has considered the curvature effect. Okay. So you may find one question in your exam. Write about wall correction factor. So what is wall? Who is wall? Wall has given a simple correction. So what is that correction? The curvature of wire and its effect on the shear stress is considered by AH wall. The present equation of shear stress is modified to determine corrected shear stress factor, which is called Kw. So in the previous slide, you can see here Ks is equal to 1 plus d by 2d. In the previous slide, you can see here Ks is equal to 1 plus d by 2d. But this is for the straight bar. It is not for the curve bar. So Wall has corrected that by taking some experimental evidences, empirical relationship, and Wall has corrected one new term, which is the shear stress factor Kw. Now Ks is modified as a Kw by considering curvature of wire, because if there is a wire is curved, if the wire is curved, it will take more amount of shear stress. Again, there is a fatigue failure is there. So all these things are considered by Wall, and he has modified that equation. Now modified equation is what? So modified equation is like this. So you can see here there is a Kw. What is Kw? Kw is the correction of curvature effect plus correction of direct shear stress. So here the Wall correction factor Kw, which comes out 4c minus 1, 4c minus 4 plus 0.615 divided by c. In this the first part here, this first part is the effect of curvature, and the second part is the effect of direct shear effect, correction of direct shear effect. So Wall has corrected that Ks, and he gives us one more relationship. Now you write this equation somewhere, and this is the final equation which is generally we consider for our problems, and this is the final equation of stress inside the spring. Okay. So this is the equation, and here what is C? C is the spring index. So it is the ratio of capital D. Capital D means diameter of the spring. Small d means spring wire diameter. Okay. So spring index C. So Wall has given this equation in terms of C. Now here, this is Wall correction factor. Wall correction factor is asked for 2 marks, and equation can be asked for 4 marks. Now one more thing is important here. In our spring, the spring can be having different kinds of end. Sometimes the spring end can be plane end. So you can see the figure. The first figure, in that there is a plane end. So plane end means
Depends on different kinds of plane end conditions. So somewhere there is a network connection problem. Again, that will be
अलग अलग एंड्स कंडीशन हो सकता है इन द स्प्रिंग. there is a plain end. If there is no any grounding, उसको ग्राउंड नहीं किया है, then total number of n dash जो टर्म है एक्टिव टर्म्स वो डायरेक्ट n ले सकते हैं. इफ इट इज ग्राउंड, ग्राउंड करने मीन्स इसको फाइलिंग किया है, इसको कुछ फ्लैट किया है. इफ इट इज अ ग्राउंडेड, कुछ फ्लैट रखने के लिए या फिर उसको उसका जो एंड है उसको फाइल करके उसको ग्राइंड करके ग्राउंड किया है, देन आल्सो इट इज एन. but if it is a square end, if I make that particular spring end as a square मतलब इसको 90 एंगल में कुछ टर्न अप किया है, then in that case the last two turns, जो last two turns है वो इनएक्टिव बनते हैं. इसीलिए क्या है, उसको n+2 लेना पड़ेगा. ओके और उसको स्क्वायर एंड ग्राउंडेड करेंगे है, और जो है टोटल नंबर ऑफ टर्न पे 2 ऐड करना पड़ेगा. सो दैट इज द मेन थिंग. सो व्हेन वी गो इन डिटेल एट द टाइम ऑफ आवर न्यूमेरिकल में इसका जब रेफरेंस आएगा,
so there will be definitely question on MCQs based on this end connections. Okay, so keep this in your mind. This figure is very important.
yeah, then again I will explain in detail कि ग्राउंडेड है तो एन डैश कैसा लेंगे, स्क्वायर एंड ग्राउंडेड है तो कैसा लेंगे. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट आवर एंड कंडीशन. एंड कंडीशंस आर इम्पोर्टेंट when we consider एक्टिव टर्न्स जो है सो जब हम स्क्वायर एंड करेंगे या फिर स्क्वायर एंड ग्राउंड एंड करेंगे तो एक्टिव टर्न जो है उसको माइनस करना पड़ेगा 2 से. ठीक है, समझो नंबर ऑफ एक्टिव टर्न्स 10 है और वो स्क्वायर एंड ग्राउंडेड है तो उसमें ऊपर का और नीचे का जो है वो 2 टर्न जो है वो 2 टर्न उसमें काम नहीं करेंगे. दैट मीन्स टोटल नंबर ऑफ टर्न विल बी 10+2. ओके, क्योंकि 2 ऊपर के और नीचे के जो स्क्वायर एंड है वो तो लोड नहीं लेंगे तो उसको that is the main thing. ठीक है, so next to that let us have one simple numerical based on that. ठीक है, एक न्यूमेरिकल देखते हैं. so numerical is in front of you. Such type of numerical is asked for 4 marks. A closed coil helical spring is used for front suspension of an automobile. It's a closed coil spring which is used for automobile. The spring has stiffness of 90 Newton per mm with square and ground end. The load on the spring causes a total deflection of 8.5 mm by taking permissible shear stress of 450 megapascal. Find the spring wire diameter. Assume spring index as a 6. So this is a very simple problem here. So this can be asked for 4 marks. Very simple basic type of problem. Tomorrow we'll go for now we know that by using our simple equation, the total shear stress is 450 megapascal, which is equal to 8 WD divided by pi d cube into kW. In this, we don't know only the wire diameter. So 8 W is 765 multiplied by capital D. We know the C is equal to D by D. So C equal to capital D by small d. So we can put here 6 multiplied by D. So 6 is the value of C. C into small d divided by pi d cube into 1.2525. So this is very simple equation. If you put just this value and if I equate it to 450 megapascal, then we can get the simple d, which is equal to 5.7 mm or 6 mm. So this is direct to direct numerical without any complication. We can find the diameter.
Is important.
So our today's lecture is based on one relationship. So that relationship is deflection in helical spring. So deflection in helical spring is considered by deflection of spring as the load applied on any spring. Consider this is the spring. Okay. On this spring, the load is axially applied over here. Then obviously there will be deflection. So consider here a single point. This is the amount of deflection that can be possible, and it is denoted by delta. The angle of deflection is here as a theta. Okay, so if I take enlarged view, of this deflection, now the spring can be deflect here as a delta. The angle of deflection is theta here. The portion is the radius of the spring, so it is d by 2. Now with this relationship, we can have very simple triangle. So that this triangle that can be equal to delta divided by d by 2. Deflection can be relate with the angle of twist. Okay, so angle of deflection or angle of twist of the wire, angle of deflection of the wire because of the load W, that can be relate like this. For small angle of theta, tan of angle, generally we consider it as a theta. So theta equal to delta deflection divided by d by 2. So this is the relationship. Or we can say that the deflection delta equals to, now we can take like this, theta into d by 2. Okay, so this is relationship between delta and theta. Now the angle of deflection that is going to relate with our angle of deflection of shaft also. In our shaft chapter, we have a simple relationship, torque divided by modulus, torque divided by IP. IP is our polar moment of inertia. Equals to, we have that particular relationship like this, shear stress divided by R equals to G theta by L. So this is the common relationship that we have seen in our shaft. In this there is a theta, so that also angle of twist, and this angle of twist is similar to angle of twist of this wire, because here in the spring the wire is get twisted with theta angle. So that means we can use this relation for relating our theta with torque. So from this relationship we can say that theta equals to, if I put here everything, T into L divided by IP into G. Okay, so this is the relationship. In this what is theta, what is t, and everything that we'll put here. Now, for this relationship, theta is angle of deflection. Okay. Now, what is T? T is torque. How we can define torque? Torque equal to force multiplied by radius. So is the force multiplied by radius is d by 2. Okay. So torque to L. L is the length of that spring for one turn. For one turn, you can say pi into d is the length of one turn. Multiply with number of turns. So that becomes length of that particular spring. IP is area moment of inertia. It is having circular cross section. For the circular cross section, area moment of inertia is pi by 32 to the power of 4. And G is the modulus of rigidity. Modulus of rigidity. So this is the relationship. This is the relationship that we can get here. Now concentrate on this particular equation and we'll put this here. And by putting all this, we can get one more relationship. So let us put everything here in this relationship. So we have here delta equals to, instead of theta, I can put TL by IPG into d by 2. Okay. So here, now let us put all this torque and length here so that we can get the relationship. So delta equal to W into d by 2 into, now length is pi dn. Pi dn is the length, divided by pi by 32 d to the power of 4 multiplied by g multiplied by d by 2. So this is the relationship. In this relationship, this pi get cancelled. Okay. Again, here there is a d by 2, here there is a d by 2, here there is a 32. So we have to again rewrite this. So we'll rewrite this and we can get like this. So if I take this 32 in upward direction, then 32 divided by 2, it becomes 16. Again it is divided by 2, so it becomes 8. So 32 finally becomes 8. Okay. Next to that, there is a W. Next here, there is a D, D and D. So it is D cube. Okay. Divided by D. Here there is a D to the power of 4. Multiply by G. Multiply by N number of turns. So this is the relationship. This is the final relationship that we are going to generally use as a deflection relationship for our spring. So here, this equation you must keep every time in mind as a final relationship for deflection of the spring. We can rewrite one more times this relationship. This relationship also we can put by very simple way. We know that the spring rate C is equal to d by d. The spring rate C equal to d by d. So we can rewrite this equation like this. Instead of this d cube and this d to the power of 4, we can keep this d to the cube here, so that the relationship becomes like this: 8w c cube. C cube is nothing but D cube by D cube divided by only one D here, multiply by G, multiply by
So this is the most important, and we must remember this equation, deflection equation, and the equation of our stress. These two equations are important. There may be chances that based on this deflection and stress equation, you will find question in your MCQ exam. Okay, so इसको दोनों इक्वेशन को याद रखना है. व्हाट इज द स्प्रिंग इंडेक्स C इक्वल टू D बाई डी, इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ ही जाएगा. How we can find this derivation is not important, but we must understand derivation. ये इक्वेशन कैसा आ सकता है, that is important. That's why here I have shown complete procedure. Okay, now let us go ahead.
so this is problem on our numerical based on spring chapter. Design helical compression spring for maximum load of 1000 Newton for deflection of 25 mm using the value of spring index as 5. The maximum permissible shear stress for spring wire is 420 megapascal and modulus of rigidity is 84 kilonewton mm square. The wall correction factor is given. So in this, the given thing is the value of load is 1000. The deflection is 25 mm. The spring index C as 5. The permissible shear stress directly given as 420 megapascal and the modulus of rigidity G as 84. So our design is based on basically these two formulas. One is shear stress formula, in which this is K, Walls correction factor, load W, spring index C, and we can find the diameter D. Diameter D that we can find out here. Second is the deflection, the load, the spring index, modulus of rigidity. From this, number of active terms N that we can find here. So let us go further from the given thing. What we can find. So first we'll take a help of this equation and we'll try to find the diameter. So in front of you, first step is to find K or KW. So that is our Walls correction factor. In this, the value of C is 5. So just we have put this 5 here. So if I put the value of C as 5, then we'll get 1.31 as a wall correction factor. From our equation of shear stress, if I put that shear stress, the wall correction factor, the load, the spring index, then we can get the value of D. So we have to find the value of D. So here the value of D comes out is 6.4, and we know that the outer diameter capital D is spring index multiplied by the wire diameter. So 6.4 multiplied by 5, 32 mm. So with this step 2, the dimensions of wire and diameter of spring that we can get. The next thing that we must want to find here is number of turns. So for the number of turns, we are going to use this second formula. In this second formula, the deflection delta is 25 given, the load is 1000, the value of C is again 5, the value of G, modulus of rigidity, and the diameter is given. So from this, number of turns 14 that we got. Here, these are the active turns. N means active turns. But if I consider the square and ground end spring, if the spring is having grounded and square type of ends, then the grounded and square end, which will not take part directly. So total number of turns is active turns plus 2, so it comes out 16. We know the formula for finding free length. So in this free length formula, whatever total number of turns multiplied by diameter multiplied by delta and 15% more deflection. So if I take all this, then we'll get the free length as 131.2 mm. As far as pitch is concerned, so free length divided by n dash minus 1. So the pitch of the spring also we can get from this formula. So this complete design of spring. Okay. So let us have one more numerical. Now in front of you there is one more numerical. Helical compression spring carries a load. So W is given as 500. Deflection is 25. The spring index, that means C is given as 8. Permissible shear stress as 350. Permissible shear stress as 350. And the modulus of rigidity as 85 kilonewton per mm square. Again, wall correction factor is given. So here also you can see here the given things are stated here. Same thing that we are going to see here. First find the value of correction factor, which comes out 1.184 by putting the value of C in the wall correction factor. If I put that wall correction factor in this our equation, then here shear stress is 350, wall correction factor is 1.184, the load is 500, the value of C is 8. We must find D. So from this we can find the value of D as 6 mm. Okay. So from this the value of D comes out. We are interested in number of active turns. So number of active turns comes in the second equation. So deflection is equal to 8 into load into C cube into G into diameter. From this the value of N that we can find, the value of N comes out is 6.1, say 7. So this completes the number of active turns of the spring is 7. Here we don't know whether it is grounded or something, so total number of turn that we cannot find here. So this complete one more type of problem. So these are the problems which was already asked in our last exams.
So here we have seen our complete stresses, deflection, and numerical based on this. So these numericals are important because here in our MCQ based exam also a part of numerical may be asked. We must know the stress equation, deflection equation, and the variety of different parameters. So I'm going to give you some almost more or less than 50 questions on this thing, and you have to solve those questions. You have to remember the equations so that we can have good MCQ based knowledge about the spring also.